Hey everyone, it's Carissa at Sprinkled with Glitter, and today I am playing along in the Essentials by Ellen Pin Sites Challenge for April, and we are using this amazing image for inspiration. I'll be using the Polka Dot stamp set as well as the Treat Yourself die, or Treat Yourself die, but I wanted to walk you through this image, so I brought it up on my iPad here. And you can see right away that this image has a lot of inspiration. I love the color palette here, and you'll see that reflected in my project. And I wanted to zoom in on a few of these things. So you see the dots here, and you can use that as kind of a geometric inspiration. This has some really awesome colors, but it also has some really cool structure to where you could create a layout for it. I love the really soft, feminine florals here, and I use that in my project as well. And then you have, of course, these black and whites with pops of green and color. Now, along with this, over on my blog, I have also created a layout that mimics that top left picture. So with those pendants and the bar, so I have a little sketch there that you can kind of check out over at my blog. So I'm starting out with this Feather Duo die from Sizzix and Tim Holtz. It also comes with a coordinating embossing folder, but I'm not going to use that. And I'm going to be cutting one of those feathers out of this vellum, but I wanted it to be pink. So this is my very soft, feminine, light, feathery feel that those florals had. I'm creating it, instead of using flowers, I'm kind of taking a little creative license and doing a feather with it as instead. And I have colored that with a little bit of Copic marker, and now I am taking this Diagonal Lines background stamp from My Favorite Things, and I'm rubbing an alcohol swab all over it. And then I'm going to take that piece of vellum that I have inked up with my Copic marker, and I'm going to press it right onto that background stamp. And that is going to lift away the ink that I've already put onto this vellum, so it's going to create this really cool texture on this colored vellum. Now, as long as I'm getting things ready to die cut, I'm going to also bring in a piece of this gold glitter paper that I love so much. And I'm just going to cut a little scrap that's just big enough for my die. And then I'm using an orange Copic marker to color this. I wanted to make a more copper feel because that's really what's in the inspiration piece. And since I didn't have any copper supplies on hand, I just decided to make my own. And you can see after adding that to the gold glitter paper that I get a much more coppery effect instead of that bright gold. Now that I have all of my pieces ready for die cutting, I'm going to bring in my die cut machine and just get all these pieces cut out at once. So I started out by cutting my copper glitter paper there, and I just cut the Treat Yourself die with that. And now I'm just taking this Feather Duo die and just putting it right between my two cutting plates and running that through, and I've created a really nice feather for that as well. Now I'm going to be doing some stamping on my card front, and I'm using the Polka Dot stamp set from the Essentials by Ellen line and some Hero Arts black ink. And I am just kind of using those polka dots and that really loose geometric kind of feel that was in the inspiration image to create some layers that's going to layer up behind my kind of embellishment focus there. So I've stamped a few of these different rings and polka dots in the Hero Arts black ink, just created a little scene there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that green in that was in our inspiration piece as well, using the Celery ink from Avery Elle and another one of the stamps from the polka dot. So I've just kind of built some layers behind where this die cut is going to attach to the front of the card. Now, when I was doing my die cutting, I also die cut a piece of, or the same die out of some black cardstock, and I cut some white fun foam also with that Treat Yourself die, and I'm going to kind of layer those up. Now, when I layered the gold glitter or the copper glitter piece and the black piece, I kind of offset those a little bit, and then I'm putting the white fun foam piece behind that so I have a nice lift off of the front of the card. I'm going to also add in some pattern papers. Once again, that inspiration image had that really black and white with the pops of pink and green. So I chose this black and white pattern paper from a Jen Hadfield paper pad, and then also this green pattern paper from the Pebbles Happy Day paper pad. And I'm just cutting those down into some little strips and cutting them at an angle. And then I'm kind of just fixing them together with my tiny attacher. And I have some gold staples in that tiny attacher. And I just adhered that little grouping to the front of my card using a little bit of fun foam, and then I tucked my feather behind there and attached it with some multi-medium in the matte finish from Ranger. Now, I didn't originally plan this, but I was looking at this and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could tuck a gift card into this design? So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a craft knife and cutting around those circles that I stamped. So I'm not cutting through them, I'm just cutting around them so that you'll still see them. And I cut that opening large enough to slide a gift card in, so you can actually incorporate the gift card onto the front of the card, but when you take it out, you still have the card kind of all in one piece, so it still looks great with or without the gift card. Now, in order to keep that gift card in place, I'm just going to frame the outsides of the back of it with a little bit of not fun foam, some foam tape. And so I'm just kind of creating a channel for that to slide into, and that will keep my gift card from sliding all the way out the back of that card front as well. Now I have all of my die cut adhered, and I have my gift card slot kind of cut out there, and I'm going to attach some layers here. So I have a card base. It's a 110 Neenah Solar White card base cut to 4 1/4 by 11. It's scored by 5 1/2 to create a top folding card. And I've layered up some pink pattern paper, some hot pink pattern, or not pattern paper, but some cardstock. And then I've attached my card front on there as well. And I went ahead and rounded all of those corners using my 3/8 inch corner chomper from We Are Memory Keepers. Now to finish this off, I just thought it would be fun to pull in a little bit more of that green. So I'm using these mossy green sequins from Pretty Pink Posh. And I'm also kind of mixing in some of these sparkling clear sequins from Pretty Pink Posh as well, just to finish off the card. So that completes my card for today. A really fun and kind of interactive card design where you can slide your gift card in there. As always, all of the products I've used in this project are linked over at my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. You can also find the products linked in the YouTube description below. Don't forget to head on over to my blog where you'll find links to the classroom. You can play along in this challenge and enter to win a $50 gift certificate to Ellen Hudson. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and have a fabulous day.